I think that's
That was the
obsessively
news.
long.
That was the sound that literally hundreds, I would say thousands, but there are not that many people reading comics. Literally hundreds of people made this week when Image Comics, and one of the longest, and give him credit for this, 15-year price traditions on Spawn will now jump from $2.99 to $3.99, which is still better than damn near 100% of almost every other comic book out there. You've got to give Todd McFarlane the credit. But a dollar pricing is, for 15 years, you can't. But the price adjustment addressed feedback suggesting that Spawn was overpriced in today's market. Image Comics aims to manage costs without major price hikes despite recent economic pressures. Spawn 363 marks the first issue to reflect the new pricing, representing a shift in the comic book retail trends. Well, that's not necessarily true, because Bleeding Cool put up today that actually will probably be moved down to the end of the year. So Todd's probably going to extending that a little bit further than issue 263. But you got to give him credit. Again, 15 years to keep a book at $2.99, and I love how Image Comics said, "Well, we feel like it's it's underpriced because what would a corporation not say?"
I was at this point where I thought we weren't ever going to have any more key issues in the comic world, but hey, this is a key issue you might want to get and bag and board and frame and put on your wall, because it's the end of an era, some would say.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, it's like Costco raising their price of a hot dog. Same thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Wait, did they
15
do
years
that?
ago, DC and Marvel raised their prices to like $4.99 and some books $5.99. It was crazy. And so I applaud him for keeping it this low for so long.
And that's
which also means
comics.
Well, it also means that they're doing something correctly at Image Comics and probably not having a bunch of overhead. And all these other companies have just so much bloat, and they're, upcharging all these books to pay for a bunch of unnecessary stuff.
Well, here's the thing about Todd McFarlane, and again, whether you like the guy or don't like his artwork or whatever the situation is, as pure as a person that gives a damn about fans, the man does. He makes sure that the price of his action figures are always a little bit less than everyone else. He tries to give obscure characters out. With Spawn, he's tried to make it readily available for somebody that was on a kid's budget of like an allowance of $5 to walk in and still buy a comic. You've got to give him credit for that, because a lot of people don't do his thinking. He thinks about fans first. And, the fortunate problem is that he's the only one in the industry that's doing that. And, corporate's going to do what corporate's going to do. But I thought we'd, just give a round of applause to Todd for doing 15 years of something that no one else would have the guts to do. And, it's endeared me more to check out more of his stuff. 'Cause I usually buy the anniversary issues of most of the Spawns whenever it hits, because I've been reading it since 1, and then there's an era I stopped reading it. And every time it hits a milestone issue, I'll pick it up. This would always keeps me coming back to pick up something from Todd McFarlane, because his thoughts are into that.